Good morning from the Four Seasons Hotel. This is Michael Verratti. It's Jumpstart Monday again. And according to the gentleman you now see on your screen, Willard Marriott, it's the little things that make the big things possible. Only close attention to the fine details of any operation makes the operation first class. So it's the little things that make the big things possible. And very recently, I had the good fortune to spend with my family 2 days here at the Four Seasons Hotel. And it's those little things that I've seen that I believe that each and every business should adopt and adapt in order to give a great customer experience. And there are many little things. I want to talk to you about 4 little things because of time. I'm here at the Four Seasons delivering a coaching and mentoring session. So I asked my guest to give us a break for 20 minutes. So I'll get to each and every one of those little things. Let's start with the first one, and then I'll get to your comments as well, because I see comments are coming in. Number 1, treat your customer as a guest. Some companies call their customers customers, others call them prospects, others target them. But in the hospitality industry, and here at the Four Seasons, I've noticed that they call their customers guests. And your whole mindset shifts from the moment you call somebody a guest. You start thinking, how may I deliver an experience that is second to none? When we walked into the Four Seasons just a few days ago, they gave my son this bag, full of goodies inside, a bag that he can use to take to his at his school or at other classes. And Rolando's was elated. Immediately, he got something that he didn't expect as soon as he entered the hotel. They also greeted us, both Christine and myself. They gave us some refreshments. If I'm not mistaken, it was carrot juice. Enjoyed it very much. It was very refreshing. And they knew who we were, and I have a feeling that they know who all of our guests is and what's the reason for coming. Some guests come here on a business trip. They need to be fast and efficient, effective. They need to provide certain amenities. Others come for relaxation, as we did. So it's good to know why your guest is there. And when we checked out, allow me to show you, they gave me this treat. That's an apple pie. In here, there is an apple pie. So it was a great farewell to remember the Four Seasons pie. In Greek, many times when somebody visits an office, we say, let me say this in Greek and then I'll translate it into English. Mr. and Mrs. Jones, υπάρχει κάποιος ξένος εδώ να σας δει. Even though the word xenos comes from the word philoxenoumenos, which means guest, xenos alienates the other person that you have there. So in English, the, let's say, not literal translation would be, there is somebody here to see you. But my question is, if you know that somebody is coming, give that person a name. Call them by that name. It elevates them. It helps their esteem needs rise. Don't treat them as customers or as prospects. Don't target them. Don't try to transact with them. Interact with them. Treat them as a guest. So my question to you, because after each and every principle, there's going to be 4, I'm going to ask you a question or make a statement. My question to you, especially if you're in the B2B, business to business, in other words, you're not into retail with hundreds of people arriving at your premises. How do you make the people who visit you feel like guests? Do you wait for them outside in the parking lot to help them park their car and show them where to park their car? Do you greet them next to their car and walk them in? Do you introduce them to all your colleagues? Do you inform everyone, if you're not going to get out of your office and greet them, is everyone informed that that particular guest who has a name or who is entering your premises? Just a few days ago, I went to visited a company, and they said there is somebody here to see you, and they didn't even know not only who I was, whom I was about to meet at 11 a.m. So the first thing, my dear friends, is that I've learned from the Four Seasons is to view people not as customers or as prospects, not as targeting devices, but as guests. The second principle, it's not what you say, it's how you say it or how you show it. You know, when you go to a new place, like when my family and myself visited the Four Seasons, and because I haven't stayed at the Four Seasons for many years now, you're bound to make certain mistakes. One of those mistakes that I've made was that during breakfast, I got up to refill my plate, and I wasn't wearing a mask. Everyone was wearing masks. I didn't even notice that I got up without wearing my mask. And a very polite lady who was working at the Four Seasons passed by me. She smiled. I could see her eyes smiling because I couldn't see her face, her mouth. And she was holding a tray full of face masks. And she said, "Good morning." She didn't say you have to use a face mask. I immediately understood exactly what she meant. So I smiled back and I said, "I'm so sorry. I got a face mask. I wore it. And from that day on, for the next 2 days, I never failed to wear my mask." The second mistake I made was that I visited the gym here at the Four Seasons without booking an appointment. I didn't know that I had to book an appointment to get into the gym. And it has to do with COVID and the numbers that you have to have present at a certain time. The gym instructor, the guy who was in charge of the gym, was very polite. He let me work out for 20 minutes. Then he came, he smiled. I could see his eyes smiling. And he said, "Good morning, sir. May I please ask, how are you feeling? May I please ask for your room?" I said 202. And then he said, "Do you happen to have an appointment?" I said, "No, I don't have an appointment." He said, "No worries, sir. Finish your workout. Enjoy yourself. If you need anything, I'm here. But tomorrow, if you plan to come again, please do book an appointment because so-and-so slots we need to have at a certain time." So I immediately understood. So my question to you is, how do you make your guests feel at ease? How, in your line of business, how do you pinpoint their mistakes without offending them? Very recently, I visited one of a coffee shop, and the first thing they told me as soon as I entered in was, "Fix your mask," or "Wear a mask." Or sometimes they tell you, "2 people inside, you cannot get in." Guys, relax. First and foremost, say good morning. Yes, they told us, governmental officials told us that we are not allowed to enter without a mask, or if there is a certain number of people there, we should stay out and wait. Yes, of course, we will abide by these measures. But saying good morning to someone before you start chastising them is very important. So the question to each and every one of you and to your team members is, how do you make your customers, your guests, feel at ease? It's not what you say, it's how you say it, or even how you show it. Let's go to the third one, back office politeness. When we came here with the family at the Four Seasons, the department that really stood out for me were the cleaning ladies. Yes, you heard me right, the cleaning ladies. They were so polite, so genuine. I was mesmerized by how genuine they were. They struck up conversations with my 8-year-old son, Rolando. They talked with Christina about the twins. They even struck conversations with me as well. I was very, very impressed on how humble and how genuine they were. And the question is the following. If you want to build a great culture, this is not a question, this is a statement. If you want to build a great culture, don't wait from the front office. Don't expect only the front office to be polite. The back office should be polite as well. The things that people don't see that often, or the things that you believe people do not measure that often. And I'll tell you a story. On Friday, I had a call with the general manager of a company. And to be more direct, it was Mr. Yanakis from Hyperion Software Limited. I was very impressed on what he told me. His HR manager, Mariana Evstathiou, talked highly about Michael and his services. And then she passed on the microphone. We were on a Zoom call to Mr. Yanakis. And you know what did he say? He said something that really caught me off guard, and it impressed me at the same time. He said, Michael, I like you a lot. And you know why I like you? Because we used to frequent the same restaurant long time before. The restaurant is not operational today, and many years ago. And I used to see how you behaved with your family. You were always polite. You always opened the door for your wife. I saw you with your late father and mother, and I was very, very impressed by what I've seen. So, Michael, I know if you come into this company, and if we work together, you will make a difference and we will reach our goals. So, my dear friends, it's not only front office, it's not only what people see or hear, but it's also what people see in the background. You want to have a great culture, make sure that you fix everything, and back office politeness is as important as front office politeness. And let's go to the fourth principle that I've seen here at the Four Seasons, and I was very impressed. You have to own your mistakes. During the first day at the Four Seasons here with the family, we went down by the beach bar. We enjoyed our sandwiches, our salads, and I heard the head barman saying to his waiter, go take these drinks because they need to mix them together in order to get to the monkey, whatever drink they were having, and say to the customers, we're truly sorry because we forgot to send the drinks. And as the waiter was leaving, the head barman shouted again, please don't forget to say that we are sorry. My dear friends, a complaint is a gift. As a great book that I once read said. It was written by two Danish people. A complaint is truly a gift. And we need to understand that we need to handle the complaints as gifts. Many people get upset when they hear complaints. They try to attack their guest, their customer, their prospect. No, let it come in. Let the person voice their complaint. First of all, it's like opening the lid and fumes will come out. The person will be much more relaxed if they have the opportunity and if they see a polite person in front of them, allowing them to complain. As one of the best hoteliers in the world once said, J.W. Marriott, view the problem as an opportunity to grow. If you view a problem as an opportunity to grow, then the only way, my dear friends, is up. So what are the principles that we need to apply in order to help our business deliver a great customer experience inspired by the hospitality industry and by the Four Seasons Hotel? Treat your customer as a guest, not as customers, not as prospects, but treat human beings as guests. Secondly, it's not what you say, but how you say it or how you show it. Thirdly, everyone should be polite. Front office, back office, the people your guests see or the people you think your guests do not see. And last but not least, own up to your mistakes. Because if you own up to your mistakes, the only way is up. You will improve and you will become better. So the book suggestion for today could not be anything else than The Spirit to Serve, the Marriott Way. And in here, inside the book, the author says the following: a critical ingredient in our evolution has been a willingness to experiment. He's talking about Marriott hotels, which are amongst the best hotels in the world. Change is to a business what oxygen is to life. In a word, vital. So, my dear friends, dare to change. Dare to implement, not policies, because I don't like the word policies. It makes life difficult for your customer and easier for you or easier for your business. Implement philosophies that will help your team grow, your company prosper, and will get your guests to come back again and again and become even more loyal. So let's see some comments from today. Let's say good morning to some of our friends. Panfuli, good morning, my dear friend. Good morning, coach. Good morning, Pan. Stay tuned to tell you who's the winner of the Stand Up, Stand Out. I'm giving it to you in less than a minute. Sergios, good morning, my dearest friend. What happened, George? Panfuli beat you to it today. Kalimera, Michael, have a great day ahead. Thank you, you too, George. Stelios Irododu, good morning. My friend Georgias Stavru Maras, good morning. And I know you've lived in Canada, and you know that I've been to Toronto and I enjoyed it very much. Let's see who else is here. Let's see. Richard Pettinger, good morning to the head of the business school at UCL. Desislava, good morning to you as well. Alisa, how you doing? Good morning. Kairinos, Kairinu Yanagis Christodoulos, good morning. My friend Dimitris. Dimitris, I'm meeting with your father-in-law tomorrow. Dear Michael, this stands for hospitality industry, but would you call guests in a sales industry? Yes. And if you don't call them, and if you don't give them the title guest, treat them like guests. People might not remember what you told them, but they will always remember how you made them feel, my dear friend. Pagona Lingu, absolutely agree. Michalismu, going above and beyond for customers is what separates companies that thrive from companies that only survive. Pagona, you know it too well. You worked in international companies. You've seen it. You've been there. You got the T-shirt. Thank you for vouching. Savia, good morning. Alisa, good morning again. Sophia, culture is reflected in every aspect of the employee behavior. I have also witnessed that at the Four Seasons. True, you were here just a few weeks ago. Thank you for vouching. I guess that this applies to managing your staff as well as your customers. 100%. Some companies, Richard, call them internal customers. So if they call them internal customers or internal guests, it applies to them as well. The way you treat your employees is the exact same way they will treat your guests or your customers. Great book, it is. If you read it, yes, I agree. Sebu, long time no see, my friend. Roman Vilanov, how you doing, my friend? Thank you. I read the book years and years ago and gave it to Anthony Impey, who is one of the most successful business people who graduated from UCL. I know Anthony, and I'm so glad. So guys, read this book and you become as successful as Anthony Impey, and we can talk about him in another episode. Good morning. Thank you for the lesson. Always a pleasure. So who's our winner, guys, before we close it? Our winner for the Stand Up, Stand Out online course, and you can become a winner by sharing this episode as well, is Haris Harikli, who shared it on LinkedIn. So Haris, please get in touch with me at michaelvirardi.com, and we'll be more than happy to send you your gift. And please do follow us on YouTube so you will be notified immediately when episodes like this go live. Thank you very much, and take good care, my dear friends and fans.